Chief of Defense Staff vows to rid communities of insurgents and bandits. Can you imagine? Chief of Defense Staff vowed to rid communities of bandits and insurgents. Where were you? They have been complaining and giving excuses why they were not able to stop the killing in Plateau State. They are not able to stop the killing in Kaduna. They are not able to stop the killing in Benue. Now, these, rather than concentrating their effort to see how this can stop, they are already looking for a way to pay attention to Southeast. Southeast has its own problem, we know. But what is the problem of the Southeast? It's all about bad governance, and so the people is agitating to be on their own. Okay? So with the way Nigeria is going, this military is already looking incapacitated and can't do anything. All these are part of the lofty promises that do not have solution anywhere near in sight. Again, let's go through and see exactly what the Chief of Defense Staff is trying to say. General Christopher Musa, the Chief of Defense Staff, has pledged to eliminate insurgents and bandits from stifled communities seeking public support for this goal. Thank you for reading. Okay. So he emphasized collaboration with state government to identify and address affected areas, expressing the intention to free communities from the grip of bandits. General Musa discussed the recent attacks in Plateau, acknowledging challenges and emphasizing the political nature of some issues that require decision from the political class. Okay. So he urged collective efforts, defended the military actions, and stressed the importance of support from the government in addressing the crisis. So what General Christopher Musa is saying here, I know he defended the military by saying that, first of all, the terrain is very, very strange to them because the bandits are using the fact that there's communication limitation in the area. So they go to places where the military do not really have effective communication with the community residents and citizens. Okay? And they complain about the terrain. They complain about the very strategic coordination of the assailants and how sophisticated they are in their strategies. He mentioned all of those things. And they're also talking about logistics, where they are striking, they don't have effective logistics to get to some of those areas. That those areas are so sparsely populated that it is not easy to go through 2-3 communities at the same time. Okay, so all these are excuses that he gave just to defend the military. The truth is that, just like what who was saying that? I think somebody said that if the citizens were already aware, okay, I think it was Shomole that said it, yes, that if the citizens were already aware and already know that attack was going to take place, how come the military that were paying to do that job did not know? Because that is the reason they did not react on time. If they had known, they would have probably mobilized and be there ahead of time so they can track down those things. But now they did not know. So what is happening to the military intelligence? Nothing. What is happening to military intelligence? They need to tell us. Yeah. So this military is infiltrated by the Boko Haram, and so military is compromised. The army, the navy, the air force, and the police, they are compromised. And they started getting badly compromised right from the time Buhari's government decided to be integrating repentant Boko Haram into the military and wore the uniform and gave them gun. Is that not legitimizing terrorism? Yes, making terrorism a more legitimate activity. Okay, officially commissioning them to do anything. That is why if you shoot terrorists, other soldiers will shoot terrorists and fellow soldiers will shoot them because they say they are killing their people. So they know themselves. The military is already badly compromised and it's going to take a long while to get rid of the bad eggs in the military as we speak. I think if we can identify all the people that were recruited into the military from the Boko Haram and take them out, that would be a very good action if they can do that. And someone said, "Guy, I greet you. Kudos to great defensiveness army." Can you imagine? Please chase those idiots that killed innocent Nigerians in the eve of Christmas and waste all of them and their families. then stop arresting those criminals for investigation. Rather, kill them in brutal, wicked ways to send message to other criminals or other animals that are disturbing us in Nigeria. For where they already said, including the Chief of Army Staff, already said that they cannot kill the ones they have arrested, because if they arrest them, they need to interrogate them and they need to see how they can rehabilitate them. They will not kill them. That is what Chief of Army Staff said. And so these people are there. They are all Fulani, so they will not kill themselves. They will arrest them and then find a way to manage them rather than killing them. That is what they are doing. And it's a very bad situation, I must tell you the truth. And somebody said, to succeed, remove every northerner serving in Plateau, Benue, Borno, Yobe, Adamawa, Zamfara, Katsina, etc. Whether they are Christians or Muslims, remove all of them and send soldiers and police from southeast, south, and southwest Christians there to replace them. Don't send Yoruba Muslim there. Those from the north should be sent to the south. If you do it, within a month, the entire area will be neutralized. Even those directing the fight against Boko Haram, terrorist bandits, etc. must not be a northerner. All the commanders and field commanders should be southerners to avoid leakage. Exactly. They won't do it. They won't do it because they know themselves. When it is the case of the south, they will do all of these things that have been mentioned. But in the case of the north, they will try to handle it themselves and hide it. What they're hiding is leaking against them, and they're suffering it. They won't come out of it. Another person here, this Seidu Muhammad, is suggesting, he said, I suggest, the elimination of any suspected political group or individuals that may constitute or be an obstacle against this task of eliminating the criminals marauding as armed bandits. Okay, I don't think politics should be all about allowing shedding of innocent, armless citizens' blood by Central African marauding criminals who found safe haven for their blood-sucking business activities in Nigeria. The military has acknowledged that the criminals are not Nigerians, but foreign invaders in the name of herdsmen, while the real Nigerian headers are not safe in their hands also. So I don't think the military need any further public support to do the needful. Eliminate them for peace. What happened in Plateau State is a direct provocation by the bandit that can lead to anarchy, as people are losing patience and may resort to self-defense if something is not done fast. Exactly. I know that Chief of Army Staff and even this Chief of Defense Staff is saying that allowing Nigerians to go on self-defense will lead to anarchy. We're already in a state of anarchy, so what are you talking about? We're already in a state of anarchy, so what are you telling us? Okay, can there be any worse anarchy than what we are passing through now? Let's end it once and for all by arming everybody. If anybody comes to your front, take the person down. Simple. So once everybody knows that everybody is armed, they will sit up. All the nonsense will stop. All the nonsense will stop. That is it. So that is exactly what this Chief of Defense Staff is saying, that they are determined to eliminate all the bandits and the criminals, and they will do it. But again, it is the same thing, the same rhetoric that I've been hearing right from Buhari's government. We're not expecting anything different to happen. So let's take your comment and observation to what the Chief of Army Staff has said, or Chief of Defense Staff rather has said.